welcome to the Two Feet Told podcast. My name is Erica, and this is Brandy.
Hello, everybody.
If you guys are joining us for the first time, our podcast is focused on providing underserved and underprivileged communities, particularly communities of color, with the information and tools to improve their dental health care experience.
Yes.
Okay, so we've been still doing our restorative dental care series, and last week we did 2 weeks we did 2 episodes on braces, and Brandy broke all of that down for everybody. This episode is going to be about Invisalign.
So the Invisalign is actually the brand name, but they're called clear aligners. So she may have had Invisalign, or she may have had a different brand, but
Okay.
the aligners are the same. So they're the clear trays that you can take in and take out, so they're removable. But yeah, so I guess it just depends on which system she was using.
Yeah, because I had no idea that it was called clear aligners. I guess it's kind of just like Band-Aid is adhesive bandage, or you were telling me that I said Q-tips and you said, what do you guys call it in the dental field?
The cotton tip applicator that nobody would ever say, but
No,
we
because it's such
literally
a
always say that.
mouthful. Such a
It
mouthful.
is. It's a lot to say, yeah.
Yes.
But the Invisalign itself, and we'll use Invisalign because that is what everybody kind of knows, but they are just called clear aligners, and there's different systems. Invisalign, I believe, is the pioneer system, and that's the reason why we always use it. But they are clear aligners, and they are aesthetically pleasing. So for patients who do not want to have metal brackets or braces cemented to their teeth, especially adults and maybe older, like children, like teenagers, it's really good. A good alternative to have. But also they're really cool because you can take them in and out. You know, you can eat and drink without worrying about having to floss with the braces on. So it's much easier to keep up your hygiene, your flossing and brushing. Much easier to eat, with them. So the negative though is that you have to make sure you're wearing them. So it's easy to take them out and then forget to put them back in, or like you say, Erica, lose them if you keep them in your mouth first and foremost. But when you have to brush or floss or eat, then keep them in your case.
Okay.
But so the process is similar to getting them, just like when you have braces, like we talked about the last couple episodes. You have to visit your orthodontist. Some dentists are certified in treating patients with the clear aligners. So you just have to check with your office. If it were me, I would see an orthodontist because that's what they do. All day they're specializing in moving teeth. Um, and so you'll have digital mold. So instead of actually having molds or impressions taken of your teeth, they'll do a digital molding, and they'll do some x-rays just like before, um, so that they can do a workup and just see what you need to have done for your treatment plan. So all that's similar to what you would do when you have braces. So
Now,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say that first appointment is much like the braces appointment, where you'll have the x-rays, you'll have the exam. The doctor will look, and they will come up with a plan to see how long you're going to be in the Invisalign, which may or may not be shorter than if you were doing traditional braces, and what path that the orthodontist wants to take in order to have that happen.
But who are candidates for this?
So adults typically, or anyone responsible enough to make sure they're going to be wearing the aligners. So that's number one. But as far as cases, the orthodontist will let you know whether you're a candidate or not. So depending on your case, if it is a difficult case, you may or may not be a candidate for these aligners. These aligners are specifically for people who have mild to moderate cases. So, teeth that can be moved easily and that's something you would know at the first visit with the orthodontist. They will be able to tell you that right away.
Okay.
And so then they would give you alternatives, if you weren't a candidate for the clear aligners.
you get them in there, and they'll let you know, like, when you're how long it's gonna take based off of the digital molding you said it's called, right?
Yeah, they do like a digital scan, and then they
Okay.
do that takes the place of the mold. That's what I meant by
Okay,
digital molding.
sorry.
Um, no, that was my bad because I should have explained it better. But they'll do a
Uh,
digital scan that replaces the actual impressions, and
okay.
then they'll take photographs and X-rays just like they would with the traditional braces. And yes, from that, Erica, the doctor will take a look and do a treatment plan, and he or she will say, okay, you're going to be in these aligners for 18 months, 12 months, 24 months, whatever the case may be. So they'll give you kind of a breakdown. So yes, you will know at that first appointment
Mhm.
how long you're going to be in treatment.
And then how long, um I mean, how often, not long, how long, how often do you have to go to the dentist for these? Like, I know with regular traditional braces, you have to get tightened up. So what happens with
Mhm.
this? Is it the same typical schedule?
So it may be different, but because you don't have to go as often, I think it's like every 8 weeks, like they'll have you come. I know right after you have them on, you go back in like 3 to 4 weeks.
Mhm.
Um, it takes about, so once you have the moldings, the digital scan done and the photographs, and you have your treatment plan and your x-rays, and the doctor says, this is what we're going to do, they're going to send all that information to the lab. So the clear aligner lab, and they're going to custom make the trays for you, and you'll get them in
Mhm.
series. So you'll have a pack, you'll change the packs once a week, so you'll get a set of trays, you'll wear that set of trays for 1 week, you'll ditch those, you'll go to the next trays, you'll wear those for another week. Okay. And then usually like 3 or 4 weeks in, you'll go see your orthodontist and they'll check to see how your teeth are moving. But when you get the trays, you'll have them all for your whole treatment. You should have all the trays you'll need for however long you're going to have the Invisalign or the clear liners.
Oh,
So you'll get
okay.
them all at once, and you're going to follow the numbers. Sometimes it's numbers, sometimes it's letters, depending on the system. Um, and actually, you know what? My bad. I made a mistake. Those trays, when you're done with them, you're not going to ditch them. You are going to put them aside. But sometimes what happens is that people may have to take a step back, or if they lose the trays that they currently have, they can always put the ones in that they had prior to, so that they're wearing something until they get a replacement for that set of trays that they lost or whatever.
I heard about that company that went out of business. I forgot what they were
Smile
called.
Direct.
Yes. That's
Yeah,
what the ones you were doing over the mail, right? Like, they
correct. Mail order
Mm,
trays.
mail order trays. Like, you don't go see a dentist? I guess they did every do you know about it? I don't know.
hmm
Do you do
Yeah, I
everything
know a couple
online?
people who have done it. And the people that I know have done it have had good results, but they also had braces before, and their teeth shifted minimally, and they were doing like little tweaking. Like they had them on for like 3, 4 months, maybe 6 months,
Okay.
not a long time. So it wasn't any
Okay.
complicated case. Um, it is a fraction of the cost, but you don't see a dentist. You make your own molds. So you do this stuff yourself, and then you mail it in, and then they send you the trays back.
But I would be skeptical of doing something like that now because of what happened with that
Mhm.
company. Because, like, if
Mhm.
you're in the process of doing all this and if you paid
Yeah,
up
and that's what
front
happened. A lot of people got
and
left in the lurch, and now you
yeah.
got to go to an orthodontist and still pay money,
Yeah.
and you got to start
Yeah.
from the beginning because they're not working from nothing you did. Like they're not
No.
going to go by what you did with a mail order
No.
company. So yeah, it's messed up.
It
But
is.
that's the idea. They were clear aligners, but they were,
Mhm.
there was no dentist involved.
DIY.
DIY. So
Okay.
when you get your trays, your first trays, like I said, you'll come back in about 2 to 3 weeks, probably about 3 weeks or so. And then the dentist, like I said, the orthodontist will check to see the tooth movement. And a lot of times you'll have to have what's called um, are buttons placed on the teeth or attachments. So they will actually place attachments on your teeth so that they can engage with the trays. The attachments are tooth colored, and they are pretty much cemented onto your teeth. So almost like a I don't want to say a clear bracket, but they use like filling material, almost like tooth color filling material, um, bonding material to create these brackets or attachments. And those attachments engage with the trays during certain portions of the treatment. And I'm going to try to put
Mhm.
pictures of, I'll put a picture up to pop up here so you guys can see what it looks like. But those attachments are important because they're going to help your teeth to move in a very precise way. Um, that's something you wouldn't get with the mail-in Smile Direct because there's nobody to place the attachments to
Mm.
guide the teeth. So just another thing
You get what you pay for.
to mention. Yes, the cost is going to be the same. It's $5,000 to $7,000 for it.
Oh, okay.
So
No,
it's not a big difference in cost. And sometimes you will have them on just as long as traditional braces. So it's not going to necessarily be faster either. But, it's going to be, like I said, aesthetically
like if you
pleasing.
were getting married and you were taking pictures, you don't have to worry
Hmm.
about, oh, I got my
You don't have to
braces
worry
on.
about
I
it.
mean, I guess I could digitally do something, but yeah, nowadays,
No,
but
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't
Yeah.
be able to see it in pictures. Now, if you
Yeah.
was up on somebody, you might be you will be able to see. So
Mhm.
what I will say is that some people, especially young kids who have it, who utilize the clear aligners, a lot of them play sports. And so we don't want them to mistake the clear tray as a protective device for them when they're playing sports. So they still need to wear mouth guards for their whatever sport. Because some kids be like, "Oh, I had my aligner in," but it's not the
Is
same
that the
thing.
same material, same tech? Like I would assume that was
Is
a
sometimes so they look similar, but the material is different. So some of the newer mouth guards look just like the clear aligners, but the material, of course, is much heavier. So the cost
all
five to
right.
$7,000. If you're interested, check your insurance. Your insurance may cover. If you're a child, the insurance should cover the clear aligners as well as orthodontics. If you're an adult, your insurance may not have any orthodontic coverage. So no traditional braces, no Invisalign or clear aligners. So you can just double check. But you can
Okay.
always check, and they offer payments. So the payment, usually you can get a payment plan. You pay monthly at the orthodontist, so you might be able to do that.
Thank you once again for joining us on Tooth Be Told podcast.
Mhm.
Check us out every week on Fridays. Go to our website. It has all the links to our socials, to our Instagram page, Tooth Be Told podcast. Our website is toothbetoldpodcast.com.
Mm.
Brandy, do you have anything else you'd like to share?
No, but the next episode we are going to be talking about the different kinds of dental X-rays and what they are for.
Mm, I am a person who does not like that. It's so uncomfortable, but it's got to get done. So,
There you
all
go.
right. Thanks for joining us.
All right, take care, guys.